cheeky monkeys! Oh, remind you of anyone? Do you have time for an email? Hello, everyone. Now, look, there was some talk recently from the Scottish Conan guy that he was going to get rid of the puppets. And we, the puppets, got together and, in fact, got rid of him. Although I'm still a bit upset about it, so I can't move my mouth much. Oh, cheeky monkeys! Oh, 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 oh. Oh. The horrible thing is, this is exactly what I look like, isn't it? Sorry about being so windswept looking at... It's because I'm a pilot. Yes. So, yeah. Is my nose really this big? God, I can't believe it. This is really difficult and emotionally upsetting. Really, my hand hurts and my feelings are hurt because... Although I have to be honest, I have, in puppet form, got slightly better teeth. Is my hair really this bad? It is, isn't it? Well, never mind. What I always say is, it's not your looks that count, but it is. Ha ha ha. Ha ha. Jeez. I hate you, you bastard. Do you know what I think is creepy about me in puppet form? I've got human eyes. Look. Like, you know when you go to an art gallery and the paint... Well, not you, obviously, but when you go to an art gallery and the painting, it looks like their eyes are following you around the room. Well, I'm doing that right now. Glad you had a joint now, are you? Right, well, I'm going to have myself turned into another puppet, and I'll be back. Yeah. All right, then. Hee-hee, cheeky monkeys.
Ladies and gentlemen, Craig Ferguson.
Hey! Look at you! Come along in. Come on, then. Welcome to Los Angeles, California. Welcome to the Late Late Show. I am your host, TV's Craig Ferguson. Please, that's enough. That's enough. Thank you. Thank you, that's enough. Please, try to keep your movement and your applause limited because the heat of August... It's bearing down on me like a giant sweaty beast. Oh, August is such a hot month, isn't it? Or maybe it's just this audience. Yes. Wait a minute, Craig. Are you cynically complimenting the audience in the hope that they will back you up in your weak material? How dare you even suggest such a thing? It's a great day for America, everybody. Hey, so did my eye. Hang on, sorry. Did I have something in my eye? I feel like I got something in my eye. Do you see anything on that? If we had high def, you'd be able to see. Anyway, it's a big day for me today. It's the day I've been looking forward to all year. Finally, I can talk about it. It's the number one celebration for me. That's right, I'm talking about Ecuadorian Independence Day. Yup. Happy Ecuadorian Independence Day, everybody. That's right, on this day in the South American nation of Ecuador declared independence from Spain. And the rest is history. History which I'm not very knowledgeable about. Do we have a graphic by any chance for Ecuadorian independence? What the hey? What is that? No, please. How does that have anything to do with Ecuadorian independence? It started off so promisingly with it had a Central American flavor and then suddenly acid. I'm worried about the graphics guy. I think he's whatever. Now, let me just say this. I never took drugs on Ecuadorian Independence Day. No, even I had my limits. This most sacred of day in Scotland, where everyone said, right, that's enough drinking and drugging and fighting, everybody. Let's stop for one day in celebration of the people of Ecuador. All right, we can do some acid, but that's it. Just acid, only acid. No smoking hashish, no crack. Only acid. And whiskey. Acid's very popular, was popular in Scotland in the 1970s when I was there, 80s. Most popular things in Scotland then were acid, the Bay City Rollers, and stabbing. These were the three. Do you know, when I worked in an electronics factory, an American electronics factory in Scotland, and my co-worker was a Vietnam vet, and he made me take acid. Well, he didn't make me take acid. He asked me if I wanted some. I said, yes, I'd be delighted. Because he'd been telling me stories how great it was, the acid, and then how much he'd enjoyed Vietnam. And I'm thinking, well, now you have to think, wait a minute. If this guy, you've got to consider the source, is what I'm saying. If he thinks Vietnam was a pleasant experience, it should have been a clue for me that the acid wasn't a great idea, is what I'm saying. But we took it at work. Well, I'm not kidding. We took it at work. We finished at 4 o'clock, and we took it about 3:15. And I remember walking out into the parking lot when the work was finished, and I'm like, things are different. This is a very bad idea. Do you know what it reminded me of? Just thinking about it, it reminds me of, we had an astronaut on about a month ago, and he was talking about... Shut up. And he was talking about, when the space shuttle starts off, it's just like it's going and there's no getting off. It's just like, you're going to the moon! That's kind of what I felt like. No, I'm certainly not pro. Acid was a very bad idea, but what people decide to put in their own bodies, you got to be careful. Some people like myself have very addictive personalities, and people like that should stay away from acid and alcohol and anything addictive. Jazz hands, those little cheesy puffs. Once I get started on those cheesy puffs, anyway, acid in the 1970s in Scotland, it was impossible to avoid. And I remember going home after, this, and going home, and Happy Days was on TV, the American show Happy Days. And I was like, I never realised the Fonz was so cool. It was a nice, cheery show set. Now, this is the thing. All TV seems to be in 20-year cycles. In the 1970s, Happy Days was set in the 1950s. In the 1980s, The Wonder Years was popular because that was in the 1960s. And then in the 1990s, people watched that 70s show. Like I say, I took a bit of acid, is what I'm saying. You know what bothers me about that 1970 show? If you hadn't had that 1970 show, we would never have had Wilder Valderrama. Did I call him Wilder Valderrama? It's Wilmer Valderrama, isn't it? Wilder Valderrama's... I think that's the name of the astronaut that was here about a month ago. Anyway. What I'm saying is, the thing, it went in the 20-year cycle. So right about now, we're due for an 80s revival in television, right? That would be about right. So, you know, big hair, leg warmers, pointy bras. I can't wait. I still have all that stuff. Anyway, I loved the TV when I was a kid. I used to watch the American TV when I was a kid. You know, it wasn't an American TV, it was a Scottish TV, but there were American programs. And then on the rare occasions when it was sunny outside, but that wasn't often. It happened once in 1976. And my mother would say, "You can't watch TV, you're wasting daylight." And to this day, I can't watch TV when it's sunny outside. And I live in Southern California. I have to watch it all at night or wait for that day in January when the smog's so bad you can't go out. If I watch TV during the day, I think my parents are going to come in and turn it off. I can't watch The View during the day. I have to TiVo it and watch it at night. And now my neighbours think I've got 5 cats. Do you know what? I think the heat's getting to me. I think we have to take a break so I can get some old-fashioned lemonade. You know what they always say, it's old-fashioned lemonade? Nobody says we got new lemonade. Digital lemonade. A lemonade made from iPods. They had old-fashioned lemonade, it was crap. It took hours to refresh you. I think I need to lie down. We'll be right back, everybody. We'll be right back. Welcome back, everybody. Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back to the big August show. Man, the heat's really getting to me this year in August. I'm so hot, I can't even remember what actual date it is. The 10th! Oh! Is it the 10th, really? Already? Where does the time go? I would have... Oh. Anyway, we better do the emails, because... who knows when I'll die of heat stroke? Well, no, really, who does know? Nobody knows. For sure. This is from Kevin in Vancouver in Canada, which is a country to the north of there, over there. Kevin says, Craig, does your producer hate you for always running over time and telling him you don't care? Well, I don't know, because I don't care. This is from Dwight in Boulder, Colorado. You know why, Dwight. Alright, let's see. Oh. This is from Ryan in Wabash. Wabash. The Wabash Cannonball. That's a song, isn't it? The Wabash Cannonball, the Wabash Cannonball. Ding-a-ling-a-ling-ding-ding, ding-a-ling-a-ling-ding. The Wabash Cannonball, ding-a-ding-a-ling-a-ling. Dee-dee-dee-dee-dee-dee. Can you hear the drums, Fernando? That's the song. I don't know if that's the right words. Anyway, the Ryan in Wabash says, Craig, I just got out of prison and waited 4 years to ask you this. Do you know, if I had a nickel every time I'd heard that, I just got a present waited 4 years to ask you this. If the First Lady starts hitting the President, will the Secret Service pull her off of him? That's an interesting question. Especially from an ex-con. Yeah, there was a lot of thinking time in there, wasn't it? Well, let's see. I don't know that they would. I don't think they would, because I think if Michelle Obama, because, you know, you see Michelle Obama with the sleeves cut off, you know, sun's out, guns out, and she... And I think if Michelle Obama started hitting me or anyone, I think everyone would go, well, you know, it's Michelle. What are you going to do? You know, Barack would be like, hey! And be like, hey, yourself, you're on your own. Look at them. Look at them puppies. That's my guess. That may not be based in constitutional fact. You may want to check with a lawyer first. Oh, this is from Lydia in Chattanooga. Also, I believe, in a song about a train. Whoa, the odds of that! I mean, the Wabash Cannonball meets the Chattanooga Choo-Choo, Chattanooga Choo-Choo. Whoa, this is fantastic. I could put them together in a great big medley of train songs, and then I could clog dance to them to lose weight. Chattanooga Choo-Choo, won't you take me on home? Chattanooga. Where am I? You can't see me. What's interesting is if I stand... This is so badly lit, this studio, you probably don't know it's me. Wait a minute, they've got a stunt double got on the... That's not him, it's just a pair of pants. You know what? My hip just buzzed. And I don't even have my phone. That happened to me once in July. This is from Lydia in Chattanooga. Lydia says, Dear Craig, I'm continually impressed with your intelligence. Thank you, Lydia. I hope you enjoyed the singing and the many fart jokes. I wondered if you could explain what the photoelectric effect is that Albert Einstein won the Nobel Prize in Physics for. Thanks, I don't have anyone else to ask. Can I explain the photoelectric effect? Yes. Unfortunately, we're out of time. We have to take a commercial break. We'll be right back, everybody. We'll be right back. Welcome back to this show tonight, the show that's broadcasting to you on the date when it will be broadcast. My next guest is not only a good friend of the show, he's a good friend of mine, and nothing short of a national treasure. Yes, I said it. He appears nightly at the Luxor in Las Vegas. Please welcome the phenomenon that is Carrot Top, everybody!
Thanks for all that love. Thanks. Thank you. I brought some stuff. I just flew in from Mexico City and no one sat next to me. It was the weirdest thing. No one sat, I was like, I'm fine. And they always make you take your shoes off. They take your shoes off and you go, so I just made shoes that look like feet. That way I can run right through the airport security. Starting off slow and then build, you know. I see graffiti all over the walls in California. They should put a spray can with a dictionary so people don't misspell words, you know. Eat more. What the? Okay. This is a toilet seat, so guys don't hit the rim. That way you always hit the rim. Because I don't know. That's what I think about. Now you see the new Iranian voting box. This is good. See, you just take the vote and you stick it in here, and then I'll take the votes. I'll get them over here and count them. So it's, I don't know. Oh, what a good crowd. And Iraq has this brand new Starbucks. They have a cup. They said, "Now coffee for." By the time your name is read, the damn thing's cold, so it doesn't matter. This is a welcome mat when you get like salesmen to your door and they come up. You can just get them right the hell out of there. Here's a redneck frisbee. I mean, it's the wrong joke. It's a frisbee, but it's a redneck text message. See, that would have been funny if I had just... It's funnier that I screwed it up, actually, maybe. I made a pregnancy test that has a roadmap so guys can get the hell out of town quicker. How do I get... you're pregnant? Take the 5 to the 10 to the 210 to the 5, 4, 10. This is good. This is, I don't know if you try, it's brand new. It's a redneck sparkler. I don't know if you get that one or not, but... I don't know. It was laying around the house. I was like, what can I do with a fork and a thing? In the summers here, this is a good one. It's a towel for women that have big boobs, so when they lay in the beach, they don't you bury them in, like lay in them, so you don't ruin. I have a lot of free time, and you're too kind. This is a porn star job application. I don't know. I was worried about that one. All right. These are brand new too. I always try my new stuff on your show. Sorry. These are gloves for stupid criminals. See, they already have they leave the fingernails. You're stupid. We found your fingerprints. What's wrong with you? Well, I'm in Vegas, by the way. If you know that or not, the economy's kind of hurting too. I saw a hooker with a purse that has a little sign that comes down like that. 50% off all hookers. How about boxer shorts for guys that has a color chart so you don't want to change them? You know, and that guys don't know these things are getting on. I don't know. I know. I feel the same way. Oh, this is brand new too. It's a blow-up doll for hippies. See, it's got hippie chicks. It's got little hair into the armpits and hairy legs. That was nasty. This is, let's see. Oh, this is another one. This is redneck Rogaine. You just go like that. This is, you like this one. This is good. This is a mouse trap so you can catch gay mice. This is a party! This is always, where's it at? This is fun. Walk up to girls in bars and I say, do I look familiar? They're like, no. I go, how about now? Hey, you've been very nice for putting up with all my crap. Thank you, brother. Nice. Thanks for having me. Thank you. Welcome. That was my check.
No, there's no check for you here.
No
Do you
check.
really try out new material on the show?
Actually, like, honestly, about 6 or 7 I just made literally backstage.
You don't want to use...
No, I did this. Yeah, it's great.
You don't want to use new material on this show. It's,
no. Do that on Leno.
Yes.
No,
he's not on right now.
He's not?
No.
I didn't hear about that.
No, it's Leno's on at 10 o'clock. Then it's MacGyver, and then then it's you, isn't it?
Oh, I don't know. I'll do it. I'll do anything.
No, would you do a late night show? You should.
Sure. Yeah, we'll do it out of Vegas. I'm kind of a house arrest in Vegas.
Yeah, I heard you're
I'm at the Luxor. You stand like this the whole time.
That's 5 more years?
5 more years, yeah. I got an extension. Last time I had an extension, I had to use a pump. But this time, you know, I feel, I don't know. I don't know.
Really? I don't think you're using new material anymore now, are you?
This is kind of just funny. I don't know. Everyone always brings a clip. I don't have a movie clip. So I thought, I found this in an ad for the Luxor. And it says Luxor right here, no limit. Look at the very bottom. It's really small. I'll read it to you. It says, hey, for hot, sexy entertainment, go see Chris Angel. What the hell? There's no Carrot Top. There's no sexy. There's no hottie. Yeah.
Yeah. You're right. It says hot, sexy entertainment. Go see Chris Angel.
Yeah. Do that. What you did to the card. Just.
No, I want to go and see Chris Angel. I go and see Chris. I haven't seen him, but you and him are buddies, aren't you?
Him and I, we spoon on the weekends. We're nice guys. Nice guy. He actually taught me magic. Actually, he brought. Look at this. I don't know if this is the hard one. Preparation, and you gotta practice. Look at that. There's not a dog in there though. It looks like there's a dog in there.
All right. Is that it?
That's with Cirque du Soleil. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, I don't have any magic tricks. No.
No,
I have all that crap over there.
It's good though. You take a bit of flack for being a prop comic, but I always laugh when I see your show. I always laugh.
Well, that's nice, and I don't care really what people say. Really, I like doing what I do. I think it's fun. It's like creative, yet it is what I do.
Although I have a bit of a problem with the hippie blow-up doll.
Yeah.
Because it's a very obvious thing you didn't do because it was on TV, right?
Right. Sure.
Yeah.
I had a couple other blow-up dolls back there, and they said really one blow-up doll per set is probably good enough.
So when you go back,
I do have a couple more.
When you go back to Vegas, will you be taking the blow-up dolls with you?
Oh yeah, absolutely. They stay with me. And the hardest part is buying this crap. You know, you think about it. I walk in. Do you have any male blow-up dolls? Because it's a joke that required a. Well, you'll see it back there.
Well, no, you have a male blow-up doll?
I have a male. Well, I can tell you what it was. It was a raft that had a male blow-up doll like this. So when you go to Clay Aiken's pool party, you just like you can lay.
Oh, right now, right. Who would have thought they wouldn't have let you show that? And that's why Chris is doing the hot, sexy entertainment. And now, how is Vegas? Is everything all right up there?
Vegas is good.
Recession,
well, you got drinking, gambling, smoking, prostitution. Bring the kids. You know. Everybody's double down, split your aces, Timmy. You know. Or they're like, okay, Larry, it's Dad. Whatever. I like when little kids call their parents by their first name. Can we do it now, Donna?
No. I have my son call me Sir.
Sir, even better. No. That's very nice.
I try. He never done it once. There you go. We're completely out of time. Will you give me free tickets the next time I'm up?
To Chris Angel? Sure, I can get you tickets to Chris
Angel. No.
Absolutely, you're always about it. And then you came to my birthday party.
Yeah, exactly. That's right. I came to your birthday party. We had it in that bar.
It was a country bar.
It was a country bar.
I left. Huge. You didn't leave. We all left.
Yeah. It was like we're in
that kind of bar, you know.
Well, there's a guy coming over who's like, knew that English Irish guy from TV.
Oh, right. Yeah.
I'm sorry, I don't understand your accent, sir. And I had to leave. Nice. Actually, the folk were very nice, but they were getting...
Yeah. A little bit.
Yeah. I thought if I want to see violent drunks, I'll go back home.
Yeah, exactly.
It's good to see you, Scotty. Car top, everybody. Welcome back, everybody. Welcome back to the big Monday show. My next guest is in a new film. It's called Post Grad, which is in theatres August the 21st. 21st. And we have a clip of it, not the entire movie. So when you see this, you go, well, that was a short movie. That's not all of it. So take a look. This is a small portion of the movie to entice you to go. So let's hope it's good. Or else the interview is going to be very awkward. That's adorable. Please welcome Alexis Bledel, everybody. Alexis Bledel. Welcome, Alexis.
Thank you.
How are you? You all right?
I'm all right.
Really?
Yeah.
You look a little nervous.
I'm maybe a little bit.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, don't worry about me. I'm just a creepy old dude.
Oh, okay. Fine.
Everything will be fine. This film looks adorable.
Oh, thanks.
Is it about someone looking for a job?
It might be, yeah. It pretty much is, yeah. She's not having a lot of luck in the process, and so...
Does she find a job in the film? Don't tell me.
I better not.
It'll be all right. Is it a love story?
I mean, there's a little bit of sort of a romantic storyline as well, but no, she has to move back in with her parents, basically, because...
I've done that.
Yeah. How'd that go?
Yeah, it wasn't so great.
Yeah.
Have you done that?
No, I haven't had to, but some of my friends had, and actually some of them love it. Like, it's not...
Oh, yeah.
Necessarily...
You know, we met, of course, before backstage at David Letterman, didn't we? When we were on the show, and I met you backstage.
Yeah, that's
He's terrifying, isn't he?
I was terrified, actually. That was the first time I'd ever been on his show, and I think you were coming off right as I was going on, and you were so, like, lovely, and you had great energy, and you made me actually quite relaxed, so that was good. It was nice to meet you there. You did.
No, thank you. Were you frightened of Dave? I sometimes get a bit frightened of Dave with his enormous head.
Yes, it's shocking. No, he's always nice to me.
Well, no, he's nice. He's nice. It's just a little whoa. You know, when he comes at you with that thing, you're like, whoa. Easy with that. You know, it's whoa. Yeah.
I do see what you mean.
He's my boss, you know.
Is he really? I did not know that.
Yeah, I'll be fired soon.
Do you have to go on a show all the time? Because
no, I'd like to, but he doesn't want me to. Says it interferes with the natural flow of things.
Oh. You go disrupt.
No, he doesn't like me that much. Yeah. Did you see that film that you made? That bit of the film that we saw?
Yeah.
Where did you make that film?
We made it in Los Angeles, in the Valley.
Really? Because I'm sure I recognized that kitchen.
Oh, does it look like your kitchen?
Well, not my kitchen, but a kitchen I had seen.
Oh. No, it's like a random home in
Perhaps it comes in a kit form. Because some kitchens sometimes do it. Do you have a kit form kitchen, or did you design it yourself?
I don't. I designed it myself.
Really?
But you know what's cool is when people, I don't know, I haven't seen this in California, but in Texas sometimes you see like half of an entire house on the back of like a flatbed flying down the highway. Like a person is not wanting to, you know, move their articles or things, so they just take their whole house.
Yeah. Well, you know what causes that, of course, is divorce.
Oh, I'm having this half.
They cut that house right in half and take it away.
Yeah.
And then they move back in with their parents, and their parents are like, "Oi, we can't have half a house here." And you go, "Well, where else am I meant to put it?" And they put it in.
Well, then you can just attach it to their house.
House and a half.
It's very practical.
It reminds me of a poem by Shel Silverstein called A Giraffe and a Half.
Let's hear it.
I'm
love
afraid,
Shel Silverstein.
Do you?
Yeah.
Do you know the poem A Giraffe and a Half?
I don't know that one.
It's about if you had a giraffe and you added another half, you would have a giraffe and a half, and then it goes on from there.
Very clever.
You know, this giraffe.
It's logical.
Well, it is, and it goes on. You know, like the giraffe goes through all sorts of adventures. Yeah. Gets a bee on his knee. You know, it's Shel Silverstein. What Shel Silverstein do you like then?
Well, the attic, isn't it? The light in the attic.
Is that Shel Silverstein?
Is it not? Oh.
I don't know. I don't know. Is it? Yeah, it is. Oh, good. Well done.
Yes.
No, he also wrote A Boy Named Sue. Did you know that?
The song, the Johnny
Yes.
Cash? No, he didn't.
Swear to God.
Are you serious?
Absolutely. That one, the kicking and the gouging and the mud and the blood and the beer.
That's like one
that
of my
was Shel
favorite
Silverstein.
ones. It is kind of different from most of his other songs. It's really kind of
That's
silly
right, yeah. And
yeah.
a lot of things rhyme in it, which
makes perfect sense.
Are you a big poetry buff? Do you enjoy poetry?
I'm not.
No,
No,
it's difficult poetry, isn't it?
Well, I enjoy it. I like sort of, you know, hearing it or reading it. I can't write it or anything.
Do boys try and read you poetry sometimes?
No.
Oh, you are lying.
No, I think that's a sort of an old-fashioned custom, isn't it? Maybe the boys of today. I mean, well,
when I was young, we'd read poems to the ladies, and then we'd go on the bicycle with the one big wheel and the one little wheel.
That's not what I meant at all.
No, but I think...
That would be lovely, though.
Well, you're from Texas, aren't you?
Yes.
Well, aren't the men are very chivalrous and romantic in Texas.
Yeah, very...
They don't read your poetry from Texas?
No,
I saw a cow.
I never dated a Texan.
You never dated a Texan?
No, but now you've made me really want to look up some Texan poetry, because...
It's a shame what about rodeos? Do you like a rodeo?
I love rodeos.
Oh, well, see, there you are then.
Oh, they're good fun, yeah.
Do you ever get on a horse and just let it go nuts?
No. You mostly watch. It's a spectator sport for the most part. You just kind of watch it happen, and sometimes it's really terrifying because I have issues with it a little bit because the animals, you know, what they put them through to make them buck the way they do is really awful. Well, they sort of tie them in an area. They tie them up where you don't want to be tied up. It's terrible.
How do I get me some of that?
You don't want that.
No, that's
it's really terrible.
That's what they make them like they're wearing really, really tight pants.
That's why they kick like crazy.
Oh, that's horrible. Yeah, no, that is bad.
The bucking broncos.
Oh, the bull. No,
Yes,
I'd never get on the back of a bull.
No, it's very dangerous.
That's dangerous.
But now it's a big event. They have a huge stadium in Houston where they put fireworks indoors, and they have
fireworks indoors.
Yes, I was very surprised that they do such a thing.
I tried it here once.
You did.
I did.
That would be cool.
Wait, no, I did. I was just a sparkler.
Right. Well,
which is technically a firework. And I had it in the ear, and the fire guy was over there, and he said, "Don't light it, don't light it."
Don't do it.
And I lit it.
Oh. Did you ever try those pop rocks where you just throw them and they...
Did you ever get space rocks and cola?
Oh.
Doesn't
that kill you or something?
Yeah,
Oh, God, no.
it does. But I've done it.
And you survived. Hey.
That was the myth, wasn't it? Mike on the Wheaties box. Was it the Wheaties box? That he took pop rocks and cola and died. Well, he didn't. He's fine.
He's fine. He's all right, isn't he?
Yeah, he's fine. And he never took pop rocks and cola either.
It's an old wives' tale anyway.
Yes.
That's not
people would gather around the campfire back in the day and say...
Just make up stories. They had nothing better to do.
Kind of like what we do here.
Yeah. I got hit by a firework on the 4th of July.
No way.
A home one. It wasn't bad, but it felt like a little metal, like a hot little metal thing, and it just like scathed my wrist, and it freaked me out.
Yeah.
So I don't think I'm going to be doing the backyard fireworks again, but it was spectacular.
I hurt my finger on the desk.
I saw that. Yeah.
Although I think that's tomorrow night.
Next week. A bit of what's to come. It's all right.
I'm Celtic. We're very psychic.
Yeah. You see into the future.
I can,
It's remarkable.
Well, we're done. We're out of time, which is tragic for me because I think you're just delightful. Would you come back and talk to us again?
I would love it.
Now you have to not, wait for a long time.
Okay.
So I'm thinking maybe
next week.
Yeah, can you come back next week?
We'll make it happen. We'll do fireworks. Hey.
Yeah. I tell you what.
What?
Let's set up a thing where we'll do really dangerous firework stunts, and you do them.
Oh. That's not very nice.
It's okay for me.
Why don't we we can get everyone involved. I'd feel safer that way if we could kind of disperse the activities among
the audience, you mean?
Well, not the audience clearly, but maybe you could join me in some,
firework horseplay?
Yes. And some stuntery.
Okay, you got it. The next time I see you, we'll have firework horseplay.
Yes.
The lovely Alexis Bledel, everybody. We'll be right back.
It's Michael Caine's Animal Kingdom.
Did you know when a frog is sick, it vomits its entire stomach? That's why I refuse to go drinking with Gerard Depardieu.
Michael Caine's Animal Kingdom.
What did we learn on the show tonight, Greg?
Man, it's hot, isn't it? Isn't it hot? It's so hot. How hot was it, Craig? It was so hot, even Carrot Top was sweating. That may have been just his material. I don't know for sure. But this heat I can't stand anymore. I can't take the heat. Where's my Emmy Academy? I can't take the heat. Well, time to get the Speedos on and run around the neighborhood frightening the local kids. Good night, everybody.